Hello, world. Hello, Where True Love Is community. This is Suzanne and my beloved spouse, DM DeWitt Hall. We're here to talk to you again. We missed you last week on New Year's Day. We hope you had some kind of a fitting celebration for greeting the new year. And as you can see, we still have our Christmas tree up. It was Epiphany yesterday, I guess, which is kind of the traditional day for the old traditional day for taking your tree down or keeping it up until. But having a little bit of light and festivity in the house is something we've been enjoying. So it's an artificial, and we might leave it up for a while.
Maybe all year.
Maybe all year. Maybe we'll be that family who just swaps out the decorations for.
Well, we had talked about
holiday.
putting it on casters and just rolling it from room to room where
Wherever
we needed joy.
we needed a little bit of brightness. So it remains. Yeah. So hello.
Hi. So today I think we're just going to kind of talk to you from our hearts and where we are, and we thought it would be a good thing to talk about would be safe spaces. I think all of us are kind of searching for that with everything that's going on in the world, and we know, and definitely in our country. And just as an LGBTQIA community, I mean, you're always looking for some place where you can be yourself and you can feel safe. And as a social media publicist and strategist, I'm in a lot of groups, and I see a lot of people going, I have to leave this group because it's not safe. So, we just want to talk about some places and some ways that you can feel safer. Any thoughts on that, love? I just threw that out there to you.
Yeah, mine, originally we'd been thinking about talking about hopes for the new year. A lot of people make resolutions. A lot of people don't like resolutions because it often ends up being something that can't be maintained. So I've been thinking about hopes for the new year. And one of my hopes that has been cemented these past few days as the drama and trauma has been unfolding is that I can be more tuned in to what's happening at the moment. When I'm sitting with you and just feeling your love, when I'm at that warm point of comfort when you're in bed, not quite asleep, not the irritating kind where you can't fall asleep, but where you're feeling kind of drowsy, and just wanting to be thankful and grateful in those small moments. And I think that applies to this idea of safe spaces because so much isn't safe right now. The world isn't safe. Our health isn't safe. There's new fast spreading versions of this virus. We see that our political climate is extremely not safe. And it's increasingly frightening. So I think that one way of finding a safe space is just entering as much as we can into these present moments of comfort and pleasure. If you're eating something, slowing down and just savoring it, feeling what it feels like in your mouth, thinking through the flavors and the textures and the tastes, enjoying it. When you're having a moment with a loved one, trying to be intentionally grateful for that engagement in that time. If it's as simple as if you're alone right now and isolated because of COVID, if you're finding pleasure in reading, just taking a minute to be entering into the safety of the moment, and the safety of being able to exit your own brain, because sometimes our brains are not safe places. So the safety of escape sometimes. So that's kind of where my brain has gone when you brought up the idea of safe spaces, which is different, I'm sure, than the places you've been thinking about.
Well, I know I'm realizing the joy in feeling safe right now, and the peace that it brings me. I mean, we often at night when we're finished with what we're doing on our computers and our work, we sit at the couch, and Suzanne will generally have a glass of wine. I'll have a shot of whiskey.
With my vintage cookbook, that's mine.
There you go. And I will be doing my word games or reading pleasure material, and I just feel so much peace in that moment. And I believe I looked over at you and said, I'm just so grateful for this time
Yeah.
the other night, because there was the whole hectic stuff that happened in Washington. And when we sat there and we felt that peace of being not, it was kind of like there was a peace and joy in isolation, that we were in this snow globe where we were safe. And I started to think about how everyone can feel that kind of safety. Where do you get that from?
Even if you're alone.
Even if you're alone, do you get that in a sense of joy, like Suzanne said, in reading a book, watching a comedy, talking in a safe group on Facebook or wherever? Where do you get that from? And I hope that everyone can reach out and try to find some place where they feel safe, and bring their body and their mind and listen to those things and bring those together.
I think most of us do. Some people don't have that, right? I mean, some people's lives are so extreme that they're not able to find those. I think most of us, though, are blessed enough to have little pockets of it. So
grab it.
Enter into it. Enter into that and be grateful for it. It sounds a little trite, but we don't know. We see things unfolding the way they are, and we really don't know how much life might change in the next 10 minutes, right? I mean, bad things can happen super quickly.
Right.
So you have to enjoy that safety while it's there.
Be grateful that. I also think one thing that you said that I really appreciated, and I think we do for each other, is to tell that person who makes you feel safe, thank you, that you make me feel safe, that I'm enjoying this time with you, that right now I feel safe. If it's in a hug, if it's in a look, if it's in any kind of discussion, or just
a few words in a private message.
Right. And send it. If you know somebody that's alone, send them a message. Send them a little note that says, I'm thinking about you. Are you safe? I want to say that there is hope. There is hope. Today, our daughter, who works in a nursing home, who we have been worried about, we're worried about all of them, but she works in a nursing home, so she is very much in contact with people who, and COVID, people who've been around it. So we today recognize that she got a vaccine today.
Yay!
And we're so happy about that, and we're so proud of her. And that step of her taking that vaccine, she gave us hope. Hope for what we consider normalcy.
A safer future.
A safer future. There was hope in her taking that step. So she didn't just do that for herself. She did that for many people. And in that step that we each take every day in actions and words, I think that we give hope. So I think this safe place and hope, they all kind of come together.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about safe places online, or what you're thinking about doing for helping people who are searching for that and having trouble finding?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some resources up when I get back to my desk today of some groups that I think are safe, that I haven't seen any problems at, and there's several really good groups that you can just go on there and talk to people and just be you. There's a really good LGBTQ Christian site in the UK. Tracy is a member of that. We have several friends there, so I'm going to post several places that I think are safe for you to go talk, and even for parents, if you want to tell your parents, go to this site. We know some people that run some sites for that. So I'm going to post some of those resources when we get off, and I hope you take advantage of that, because for me, I find them helpful. At the end of my day, when I'm at my wit's end, I'll go there.
You want a little peace place.
Peace, and there's peace there. There's acceptance. There's commonality, I think I call it, where you just have something in common with these people, and you feel this community. Yeah.
If if ever you see things that don't make you feel safe on the Where True Love Is page, please private message us, report it through the little report feature on any comments, because we don't want to tolerate that on the page. And usually people do bring it up, but if there's things that you're seeing, please do let us
we don't always catch it, so please tell us. We just have 4 eyes here, and we don't always catch it, but we have a reach of over 1 million people, so there's going to be times when a comment comes up, and we want to get rid of it as soon as possible. So you have to help us, because we're a community.
Yeah, we need safe spaces, and we want to be one.
We do.
So we hope that you are finding them, and I'm guessing that you're all praying as we are for peace. I pray that there would be an end to the admiration of the foment of rage and outrage, that we would all try to be peace bringers and life affirmers, and that the the rage of the nation would be calmed and miraculously cured, because this has reached far more dangerous levels than I'm a little bit without words. So I'm sure that you're all praying, and we lift our prayers for those issues with you, and pray that your hearts be comforted. If some of this stuff is repeated within your own families, you have our sympathy, you have our love and our compassion, and you have our hope that this will not last, and that light and love will win.
Amen.
Amen. So we love you. And we will talk to you again next week, all right?
Find some peace.
Find peace, find a safe space, and be good. Take care.